So good morning all the students. Good morning everyone. So I'm your English teacher and we are going to study literature today. So I ask all the students that you take out your literature book so that we can start the lesson. Right. So today we are going to start
Good morning, sir.
lesson 6. This is the life of John Smith. Okay. This lesson name is the life of John Smith, which is written by whom? Which is written by Stephen Leacock. Okay. So I ask all the students that you take out your literature book and you see we are going to study the lesson. So who has written this story? This story is written by Stephen Leacock. So turn the page number 45 and you can see that the story is starting from here. The life of John Smith. So before starting the story, children, what we should do? First of all, we should collect some information about the writer. That who is the writer of this story? So the writer of this story is Stephen Leacock. So what informations we are having for Stephen Leacock? So for this you have to go to page number 49. There you can see that Stephen Leacock, he was born in the year 1869. He was born in the year 1869 and he died in the year 1944. So how many years he lived on this planet Earth? We can find out 31 and plus 44. So 75 years he spent on this planet. Okay, he was having life. And from which country he was belonging? He was belonging from Canada. And he was a teacher.
Canada,
also.
yes.
So you can see here it is written, he was a Canadian teacher. Okay. He was a Canadian teacher. Children, what you all can do? You all can study and remember the story in the class itself. Okay. Like now you have to remember that Stephen Leacock, he was the Canadian teacher and he was born in 1869 to 1944. Then he was a political scientist and writer and a renowned humorist. Humorist means the one who makes others laugh because of his talk. Okay, so they are called humorist. He is best known for his light-hearted sketch. As annual Canadian Literary Prize, the Stephen Leacock Memorial Medal for Humor is named in his honor. So in his honor, what happened? This name was also means we can say he was very respected person. Right?
Good morning, sir.
Okay, see, children, the sound was echoing, so I went to solve this issue, and the issue is now solved, right? So, what we can see about him, Stephen Leacock, that 1869 he is born, he died in 1944, 75 years of life he was having. He was a Canadian teacher, and he was respected very much in his life. And even we can say, children, after his death also he is respected very much, right? So that we all are studying about him. Okay, so are you all ready to start the lesson, children? Can you say yes at least?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice.
Yes, sir.
So we can start the lesson now. Line by line we will see. So go to the page number 45, the same page number, and first of all some questions are there. That questions we will discuss and then we can move to the story. The first question is, what is the difference between a biography and an autobiography?
So may I tell?
Who wants
Sir,
to say
may
this
I?
answer? Yes, Saksham, say.
Sir, biography is a life history of any person that is written by some other person. But autobiography is written by the autobiography story of person's life written by that person.
Okay, so means you want to say that if I am writing on Mahatma Gandhi, so that is called biography.
Biography.
But
Biography.
if Mahatma Gandhi has written about himself only, so that is called autobiography. This only you want to say?
Autobiography.
This only you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Your answer is correct. So biography means I am writing about who? I am writing about any another person. Right? I am writing the life story of any another person. Life story of any another person. Autobiography means I'm writing about myself. Writing about myself. Okay. This is the difference about autobiography and biography. Second question you see, what is the difference between an autobiography and a memoir? Who want to say this? Anyone from the
Sir.
class? Rishabh, say.
Sir, an autobiography is the story of person life who's written by that person, and a memory is a collection of memories written by person or themselves.
Okay, so memoir used to be the collection of writing or collection of anything from their life. Okay. Third one you see, do you think history should only be a record of important people and their achievement? Why? Why not? For example, if I will ask you, can you say the name of your grandfather's father? So most of you will not give this answer. But if I will ask you, can you say the name of first Prime Minister of India? You all will say, yes sir, he is Jawaharlal Nehru. Why we remember him? Because he is the history of our country. Right, children? So the question is here like this only. Do you think history should only be a record of important people and their achievement? Why or why not? Anyone from the class wants to say this answer? You can say both the answer. Yes, I think it is important. Or you can say no, I don't think this is not important.
So this is not important.
Okay.
Sir, may I say?
Yes, say.
Sir, it is not important only to record important people and their achievements, because our society is not made of only the important people and their achievements, but there are common people also whose lives should be mentioned and they should also be remembered.
Okay, so very good answer. But here I want to say one more thing, children. Yes, it is true that we should remember everyone, but this is also reality that the peoples used to remember them only, that they have done something good for the society, they have given back something to the society, or they have achieved something in the history in the past, right?
Yes, sir.
unfortunately we used to remember them only. Now let's start this story. This story, the first paragraph I'm going to read. Okay. So I expect from you all children that when I will read, you will see in your book, and when I will explain, you will focus on my words. Right? The lives of great men occupy a large section of our literature. The great man is certainly a wonderful thing. So, first two lines is discussing about the great man, right? Here it is written great men, means so many people we are talking about those who have achieved something great in the life. A large section of our literature means if you will study our literature book, the story book, okay, in that generally we used to discuss about great people, those who have done something great in their life. But do you know children, when they were living a life on earth with us, okay, nobody was telling them that they are great, okay. Rarely people were saying that they are great. The people were saying they are very polite, very humble, they are very common people. Okay. But after their death, we can say so many people started writing and exploring about them, and they said that they are great or they were great. Okay. Can you give some examples, sir? Yes, one example I can discuss about APJ Abdul Kalam. You see, APJ Abdul Kalam, he was ex-president, he was ex-president of our country, but when he was alive, that much people were not knowing about him. Okay, this is reality. He was great that time also, but the people were not knowing about him. But after his death, people heard about him more and more, and he became a great personality, right? So like this the things used to go. Then you see the second line, the great man is certainly a wonderful thing. Okay, it is a good thing. He walks across his century and leaves the marks of his feet all over it. He walks across his century. Century means century, it is a period of 100 years.
100.
It is a period
100
of
years.
100 years. Century. How decade used to be the period of decade?
10 years.
10 years. Very good.
10 years.
Yes, 10 years. Like that century, 100 years. So, great peoples, what they used to do, they used to across the century and leave the marks of his feet all over it. Means, we used to remember the great people after 100 years also. Okay, example Swami Vivekananda, you see, still he is inspiration for all the youth and all the peoples all over the world. Okay, so great people are not bounded by time. Okay, and then reaping out the dates on his galoshes as he passes. You see what is the meaning of galoshes? Waterproof overshoes usually made of rubber. So when they are passing, they are leaving some footprint. It is important to get up a revolution or a new religion. So what these great people used to do, they used to inspire for a new revolution or maybe the new religion or a nation awakening of any sort without his turning up, putting himself at the head of it and collaring all the gate receipt for himself. Okay, means the great peoples used to lead the people. Okay, they used to be at the front, and if any problem is also happening, first of all the great people, those who are leading, those who are at the front, they are facing it. Okay, you see, collaring all the gate receipt for himself, seizing all the gate receipt for himself, all the blame they are taking first of all for themselves. Even after his death, death, he leaves a long trail of second-rate relation spattered over the front seat of 50 years of history. So even the great peoples when they used to die, no, after their death also minimum 50 years they are only responsible for the thing what is happening in the society and the world. So this line is saying that front seats of 50 years of history. After their death, 50 more years they are remembered. Okay, example you take of Subhash Chandra Bose. You see Netaji died, okay, in 1945. Still the people used to remember him. And you see Indian National Army, okay, it is founded by him only. Or you talk about Bhagat Singh, still he is remembered by the people, right? So like this we can say that the great people they used to be remembered always in the history. Till here, any doubt is there, children?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Till
No,
here,
sir.
have you understood everything?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let
Yes,
me
sir.
see how many children are there in the class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Sir, 7.
6. Okay.
Sir, 6.
Okay, so the attendance is very less in this class. See children, first of all, if you really you want to study and you also want to be great in your life, first of all you should be regular in your studies. Okay, don't miss your classes, right? I hope from tomorrow no one will be absent. Okay, so this part was completely introduction till now. Now you can go to page number 46. Okay. Can you see one picture is there? This picture is looking like a shop.
Yes.
Okay. And this picture is looking like a clothes shop in which pants are there, shirts are there, and one person is there. I think he is owner of the house. Okay, owner of the shop. And this person is a buyer. He has come there to buy something. So let's see what is there in the story. Now the lives of great men are doubtless infinitely interesting. Means if you will read the life story of the great people, you will see that they are very interesting. Okay, the life story of great people are very interesting. Why they are interesting? They are interesting because it is full of struggle, sacrifice, and a lot of bravery. Okay, so their life story used to be very interesting. But at times I must confess. Confess means I should accept the truth to a sense of reaction and an idea that the ordinary common man is entitled to have his biography written too. So what he is saying that I must confess that the common people what the reactions they are giving to the great people and that biography is written about that also. Okay. It is to illustrate this view that I write the life of John Smith, a man neither good nor great, but just the usual, everyday human like you and me and the rest of us. And now here coming the turning point of the story. What this point is saying? He is saying that great people are like this, great people are like that. Okay, great people life used to be very interesting, right? They used to be remembered after their death also for minimum 50 years. And now he is saying that I have also written biography. On whom he has written the biography? He has written the biography on John Smith. Okay. So the writer has written the biography on John Smith, and he is saying that John Smith he is not a great personality. the maximum population is in this world, like that only who is there? John Smith is there. Now imagine one situation, children. Okay, like Saksham is there and Rishabh is there. So Saksham is saying that Rishabh, you are my friend. So what you can do? You can write a biography on me. So Rishabh started writing biography on Saksham, and Saksham started writing biography on Rishabh. Now the question is, who will read their biography? Who is interested to read the
No
biography?
one.
So he is saying no one. No, maybe your family members can read, maybe your teachers can read, maybe your friends can
Sir,
read,
public.
maybe those who are knowing you, those who want to know about you, they can read. But if someone is writing biography on great personality like Mother Teresa, then I think maximum population from the world, they will start buying and they want to read it. Okay. So he is saying here, this is very funny, that writer is saying that I have written biography on John Smith. Okay. So Stephen Leacock, he has written biography on John Smith, and then what he is saying. From his earliest childhood, John Smith was marked out from his comrades by nothing. So the first line he is saying that from his earliest childhood means the first sense when he was a child, right? From that time, he is marked out from his comrade. Comrade means this is for the officers, okay? Those who are getting the training. And here the word is used for children. The group of children, he is out of the group. Why the reason? The reason is nothing. Have you ever seen children? Have you ever seen that 5 or 6 children, they are in group and one child is outside of the group? So
Yes, sir.
they are not
Yes.
talking nicely also with him, or maybe they are making fun of him, okay, which is not good, which is very bad thing. This should not happen, right? Every child should get equal opportunity and affection, okay? But sometime around us we can see this type of things. So like that only here the thing is, the marvelous precocity of the boy did not astonish his preceptors. You see, precocity means behavior or ability having developed at an earlier age than is usual or accepted. Preceptors means teachers or instructed. Means what was surprising about this child? It was very surprising about this child that this child was very mature in his early age only. Okay. Means, so imagine children, when I say imagine, no, you all have to imagine, okay? You have to visualize, okay? Imagine, as a teacher, I am going in 4th standard. Which standard I am going?
Fourth.
Yes,
Fourth.
4th standard.
Fourth standard.
Okay. And in 4th standard, what I saw and heard, that 2 children, those who are sitting on the first bench, they are looking very serious. Okay, they are looking very serious. So I asked from one child, what happened, why you are very serious? And very seriously he replied to me, sir, the economy of our country is falling down. The GDP of our country clashes very badly yesterday. Okay. So what will happen with our country's development? I am very fearful. So what I will do that time? I will become shocked. I will become shocked.
Shocked.
Because we cannot expect from the 4th standard children to talk about economy, to talk about GDP, to talk about the country's development at this much deeper sense. Are you understanding, children?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
this character, whose name is John Smith, he was having the maturity, okay, before his age only we can say, and he surprised his teachers, he surprised his instructors in his life, right? So he was different character I can say. Books were not a passion for him from his youth, and he was the child who was not having interest to study. So book was not a passion for him. So I think this is general. Okay. Generally, children don't like to study for long hours. Generally, but many children are very much energetic. Also, they are passionate. They want to become someone in future, right? They want to become a great personality in future. They want to serve back to their society. So they study for long hours also. And then you see, neither did any old man put his hand on Smith's head and say, "Mark his words, this boy would someday become a man." So, generally, if you will study the story of great people, okay, like Alexander the Great, like Marie Curie, okay, she was scientist. If you will study the story of the great and famous people, when they were child only, someone said to them that in future you are going to become a great personality. Okay. How they said, I don't know. But they said, this is true, this is written in the stories that someone said. So he is saying that when he was small, when he was child, when he was a boy, no one said to him that one day he is going to become a man or one day he is going to do something in future. So this line is very funny. This line is making every one of us to laugh. Nor yet was it his father's wont to gaze on him with a feeling amounting almost to awe. You see the meaning? This is one's customary or behavioral, habitual behavior, feeling of reverential respect mixed with wonder. And even you see his father, so his father was also fed up because of his habitual behavior. If you do anything regularly, that becomes your habit. That becomes your habit. If you do anything regularly, children, what becomes? That becomes your habit. And the father was also surprised because of his habit, right? So the mixed reaction he was giving. By no means all his father did was to wonder whether Smith was a darn fool because he could not help it or because he thought it smart. In other words, he was just like you and me and the rest of us. So father was confused. Why? Because father was not able to understand that this child is really a foolish child or this child is intelligent, which I am not able to understand. Means finally writer is saying that he was like me, he was like you, he was like rest of us, those who are intelligent also and those who are foolish also. Who are they? They are the common people, okay? So thank you all children for listening in the class. I hope that
Thank
you will study very nicely.
Thank you, sir.
No, still 5 more minutes
Thank
are
you,
there.
sir.
Still 5
Sir,
more
we have time,
minutes
still
are
time.
there.
Yes,
We
sir.
can continue, okay?
Just 6 minutes.
Yes, 5 to 6 minutes are there. We can continue. So this last 5 minutes, what we can do? This last 5 minutes, we can revise the whole story what we have studied from the beginning. Okay? So, what to remember? First of all, we all have to remember about the writer The Life of John Smith. It is written by who? Stephen Leacock. He was born in the year 1869 and died in
1944.
1869. Can you remember any Indian leader?
Sir,
was also born?
75 years.
75 years. He lived for 75 years.
75 years, yes. But the question is, 1869, can you remember any leader was also born? Indian leader? Can you remember who was the leader who was born in 1869?
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Okay, now let me help you. 2nd October 1869, can you remember now who was born?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. So, can I say this? The year when Mahatma Gandhi was born, the same year Stephen Leacock was also born. The same year Stephen Leacock was also born. But Mahatma Gandhi was
Yes.
born in India. Mahatma Gandhi was born in India. Stephen Leacock was
India.
born in Canada.
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 Mahatma Gandhi became a leader, great leader, and he became writer.
Teacher.
Writer.
Writer also teacher.
Lord.
You can say. Okay. So like this, we can relate something. Okay. Okay. Then he was a very famous personality, Stephen Leacock, and in this story he has written biography of John Smith. Who is John Smith? John Smith is a common person. Okay. And this
Just
story
like
is
us.
a humorous story. Humorous story means the story which makes the readers to laugh. That stories are called humorous story. Have you understood, children? So you start.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all children for having the class. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.